Alright, Vertical Bar, let's dive into one of the strangest royal stories Vertical Bar in European history. I'm talking about Charles II of Spain. Vertical Bar, yeah, the so-called bewitched king. If you think your family's got drama, Vertical Bar, just wait till you hear what happened in the Habsburg dynasty. Charles was born in 1661, Vertical Bar, but honestly from day one, life was stacked against him. You see, his family was obsessed with keeping their bloodline pure. They married their own cousins, they married their uncles, they married their nieces. The whole royal gene pool was basically a tiny puddle. That's why Charles had some pretty serious health problems. He struggled to walk, his jaw didn't line up, he barely spoke, he never learned to really read or write. The court whispered that he was cursed, but in reality, genetics just did him dirty. But here's the wild part. Vertical Bar, despite all that, Charles became king at just 4 years old. Picture a little boy, Vertical Bar too weak to hold a crown, Vertical Bar suddenly expected to lead an empire. Spain at this point was already in trouble. The economy was tanking, wars were draining the treasury, everyone at court was scheming to get ahead. Charles was surrounded by backstabbing nobles and power-hungry advisors, each trying to pull the strings behind the scenes. So, what did Charles do? Vertical Bar? Well, mostly he just tried to survive. He ruled for 35 years, Vertical Bar, but most decisions were made by others. His mom at first, then his wives, ministers. People said he was under a spell, but really he was just a puppet in a crumbling kingdom. Spain lost territory, Spain lost money, Spain lost wars, and through it all Charles stayed isolated and lonely, never strong enough, never healthy, and crucially, never able to have children. When Charles died in 1700 he was only 38. With no kids, the Spanish Habsburg line came to a screeching halt. Suddenly, Europe exploded into chaos. Vertical Bar, every major power wanted the Spanish throne. That's what kicked off the War of Spanish Succession. Vertical Bar, one of the most brutal conflicts of the era. Today, Charles is remembered as a tragic figure. Vertical Bar trapped by his family's choices and his own failing body. His life is a warning about what happens when power is more important than people, and when history's weirdest family tree finally runs out of branches. So next time someone says they feel unlucky, Vertical Bar, just remember Charles II, the king who was born with everything, Vertical Bar and nothing at all.